College Football 26 changes everything about building your coach. The tricks that worked in College Football 25 are useless now. While everyone else uses old strategies, you can get way ahead by knowing the new system. Look, I'm not the best player when it comes to gameplay, but I've won multiple Dynasty championships and always dominate the recruiting boards because I figure out the new systems faster than everyone else. Today, I'm sharing what I learned, my day one plan, and which coaching path will help you win more games. Alright, what's up guys? Before we start, I need to let you know that I'm making this video before CFB 26 comes out. You'll notice that this is the CFB 25 Dynasty menu, but everything I'm talking about comes straight from the CFB 26 Dynasty Mode Deep Dive, developer info, and other videos on the topic. I'll also use some screen grabs from coaching abilities that will show you more information from CFB 26. These strategies might need some tweaking once we get our hands on the game, but when I make an updated coaching build video after launch, I'll link it right here so you can click off this video and go see those new strategies. I did want to make this video though before launch because I know many of you will start your online dynasties right away. You'll create custom coaches and pick archetypes immediately. And this decision really matters more than ever because you can't freely switch between coach builds like you could in CFB 25. You need minimum levels to unlock new ones and it will be a whole lot more expensive. You'll need to go all in on one coaching build from the very beginning. So here's what I'm planning to do and why you should think about it too. My main strategy is simple. Start with either recruiter or motivator. Which one depends on how you want to build your team. There are two situations in which I'd go tactician, and I'll explain those later in the video, but let's first look at when to go recruiter. I don't think recruiter is going to be overpowered like it was in last year's game, but there is one new ability that I think will be a game changer this year, and that's Tier 3 Portal King. This makes transfer players more interested in your program. If you want to build your team through the transfer portal, then go ahead and pick recruiter. Here's why this matters. The transfer portal is going to be completely different in this year's game. Around 2,000 players will enter the portal now each season. They also added dynamic deal breakers, and this means players' expectations will change over time. In last year's game, the transfer portal was kind of hit or miss. This year, I think the portal will be more like actual real-life college football. You'll be able to get star players who can change your whole program through the portal. You can now literally build your entire team just through transfers. I don't think many users will understand this system at first. They're going to lose good players to the portal without seeing it coming because of these new dynamic deal breakers. This creates a huge opportunity for you. While other coaches lose players from their roster, you'll be able to pick up that elite talent that other programs couldn't keep happy. Now before you get too excited about Portal King, there is a catch. There aren't any big recruiting benefits in your first season outside of reducing the hours to scout or recruit. Last year, you could get more weekly recruiting hours in regular recruiter. Now, you can't get that perk until level 4 of elite recruiter. Tier 2 is increased starting interest from recruits. By the time you unlock that in season 1, the starting interest phase will have already passed. Going recruiter won't get you immediate results. This is a long-term play. If you go this route, this is my recommendation. Spend your first season getting to level 3 recruiter for every position except kicker and punter. By the time that first transfer portal window opens, you'll be ready to dominate while everyone else scrambles to figure out what happened. Even if the transfer portal ends up being weaker than expected, your hedge will be that you still built a solid foundation to dominate recruiting in future seasons. This will, however, likely only work if you're a bigger 3 to 5 star program. Look at the teams dominating the transfer portal in college football. They're decent sized programs like Colorado, LSU, Miami, and Texas Tech this past season. Smaller programs struggle to make a splash in the portal and have better luck developing their own guys. And that takes us to the next coach build, Motivator. If instead of focusing on the transfer portal you want to focus on player development, pick Motivator. This is going to be the best route for a smaller 1 to 2 star program or a rebuild team. Motivator focuses on developing and keeping the talent you already have. Their level 3 ability is put in work, the off-season training boost that was huge in last year's game, and I expect it to be big this year as well. But here's a key advantage. It's much easier to unlock Master Motivator than Elite Recruiter. Master Motivator only needs 50 points spent in Motivator and 5 players drafted. If you're a bigger program and have the talent, you could unlock this just after 1 season. Smaller programs may take a little longer to get that many players drafted. Elite Recruiter, on the other hand, needs 50 points spent in Recruiter and 2 top 5 recruiting classes. That'll take at least 2 seasons, assuming you can actually land those top classes. So here's my initial strategy for Motivator. Get to Tier 3 in as many positions as you can during the first season, except kicker and punter. Don't worry about Tier 4. Focus on saving your points to unlock Master Motivator. Once you get there, Aim for level 2 to unlock Family Atmosphere. This makes players less likely to transfer. With the portal being more unpredictable this year, keeping your developed players might be just as valuable as recruiting new ones. While Recruiter and Motivator are longer term plays for success, Tactician is all about immediate impact. However, there are only 2 situations where I'd start with Tactician. First, if you're at a 5-star program and you're really good at gameplay. If you win consistently, Tactician offers the highest XP ceiling. You'll level up faster than anyone else in your league. Say you're in a competitive league where you're a good player, but there are 1 to 2 guys who consistently beat you in close games. That Tactician boost might give you the edge you need. The second situation, if you know your dynasty will only last 2 to 3 seasons. I joined a CFB 25 dynasty in last April, knowing that with CFB 26 coming out soon, we'd only get maybe 2 to 3 seasons max. In that short time, I went Tactician because I didn't have time to develop a program through recruiting or player development. Here's my initial strategy for Tactician. Look at where you're weak and shore up your team that way. If your offensive line ratings are lower than you like, build out the O-line blocking coaching tree first and go from there. Ignore the cross-training section. Here's my bottom line advice. Be ready instead of reactive. While your league mates figure out these new systems through trial and error, you'll already be 2 steps ahead. Have a goal and know how you want to build your program. If you want to build through the portal, go Recruiter and target that Portal King ability. If you prefer developing and keeping talent, go Motivator and aim for building up to Family Atmosphere. Only go Tactician if you're confident in your gameplay or working with a short timeline. And at the end of the day, if you want to save up your XP points until we know more information about these coaching trees and abilities, that's a smart play as well. Remember, this is all theory-based based on what we know so far. Once the game launches and we start testing these strategies in real dynasties, things might change. But this at least gives you a solid foundation to start with, instead of just hoping for the best. The key is understanding your program situations, their needs, and lean into a strategy that will best build up your program and put you in a position to win in the future. Drop a comment with your dynasty plans. Are you going Recruiter, Motivator, or Tactician? And make sure to subscribe because I'm dropping more CFB 26 strategies all week, including follow-up videos tracking how these strategies perform in actual online dynasties. It's time to start planning your championship run now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.